Hello. So, um, my energy has been very scattered and all over the place and whirling and not twirling. Twirling is like good. Whirling is like, it's been, it's since I left to go to Florida and I started being in Florida, things just got a little whacked out. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about this. My fucking energy was whacked out. And I still haven't calmed down from it. I mean, I did a little bit last night. I was able to because I was in my chakras of happiness class. And we did a meditation that brought us back into our bodies, and I could feel myself like level by level, like, okay. And then I would have another thought, and then I'd bring myself back into my body and I'd be like, okay. And then I would have another thought, and I would bring myself back into my body. And it was like that throughout the meditation. And I was able to feel more focused and grounded. But then this morning came along, and not so much anymore. I have been very anxious and neurotic. I mean, not that I'm not as a general rule, but as far as like interactions and just above and beyond what I usually am, it's spun out of control, and it's very uncomfortable because I know what it looks like. Actually, no, that's not true. I don't know what it looks like, but I can imagine what it looks like from the outside. And it's just my energy just fucking going out in all different directions, right? And having these just thought explosions and memory explosions, and like reacting to them, and like sometimes literally jumping out of my chair. And this it wasn't happening before. I mean, like, sure, I've been this nervous and anxious and neurotic before. Certainly I have. Not for a while. And it's very clear to me what it's about. Not super clear. That's kind of a lie. The thing is, I've been talking about this like all day over on the Becoming Untethered Facebook page. If you want to go and watch me expound upon the meaning of life for like 40 minutes at a time, because that's riveting entertainment. Okay. See, like, that's what I do. Like, these thoughts and then this reaction, and that was like minor. Like, I jump up and down, and I slam, I like hit things, and I'm all over the place, and it wasn't like that before I went to Florida. I mean, sure, I was self-conscious in certain circumstances, right? But it just went to another level, and I'm still working on coming down from it. And I just think about the impressions I must have left with certain people, and I am just kind of like, I wouldn't say horrified, but like slightly panic stricken because of the importance of certain people's opinions of me. There's so much is just coming together, just kind of coalescing together, just feeding into, like, there's so many different streams that feed into the river of my neuroses. And other hand, I'm focusing on it too much, right? So I go into this more over on the Becoming Untethered page, which I strongly recommend you guys go and join. Alright. But yeah, I was in a situation of my own making with really awesome people. But and I'm just different from them. And it's not I'm different from them and I'm different and no one understands me. It's just like they're people who are your people, right? They're people who get you. And there are people who don't. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's not one is better than the other. And it doesn't have any reflection on what, like, how good a person is. It's just different, right? And so I felt very much like they just, like I was just in a position where I was surrounded by like over 100 people and in a foreign land where they had palm trees. And I just was reacting. I got all this nervous energy just like keyed up, I mean, like it just, and it's not so that's like too solid. It's more like, only there's a lot of it like up here. And it's just I was very triggered myself by things that I didn't even realize. Like, I didn't get it. People came up to me and were like, calm down, take a deep breath. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. And they're like, yeah, no, you're not. Okay. And that just goes to show how not in my body I was, how not present I was. And part of that has to do with not having meditated during that time, especially considering like up until then I had been meditating like an hour in the morning every morning. But also, as awesome and as these people are, and as grateful as I am for them in my life, to a degree that I cannot actually describe. So grateful. And I love them all. It's just that there's no space for me to be myself. The only times I felt comfortable were, there were a couple of times I was talking to some of the people, some of the, my friends there, and I was able to like listen to them. They felt heard, and I was able to comfort them because they were going through a tough time. It's like the only time I felt relief the entire fucking weekend. Like a whole week, like it was that, that's when I recognized the amount of energy that was that was building up, because when I was able to just help somebody and dish out a little compassion and make people feel not alone and feel seen and heard, that's when I was like relaxed. That's when I felt good. But and for the most part, other than that, it's like there's just no space, because they just have different interests and they talk about different things than I have interest in and talk about. I just don't have an interest in talking about stocks or crypto or, frankly, real estate. And they're awesome and they're all very excited about these. This is the thing. No judgment. They just all get excited about things that I don't get excited about. And I get excited about things they don't get excited about. And I get excited about things that don't even enter into anything that has to do with this group at all. Like, it's so funny. When I finally have something that I can be like, point to and be like, see, I'm good at this. It just feels so good because it's like, no, I'm not incompetent. I'm not. Just because I don't know what you're talking about, I have no interest in it, doesn't mean that I'm incompetent. Not that anybody ever made me feel that way. It's me telling myself this, right? But by the end of the fucking week, I was barely on the ground with the amount of nervous energy and neuroses. Like, I really didn't think I was this neurotic. Anxious, yes. Neurotic, not to this degree. I just really wish that I could have relaxed afterwards, but I didn't know how. And my interactions with people after that were just fallout from, oh well, right? So the point here is I am going to meditate. The end of the story is I'm going to meditate about this. And really, well, it's not even about this. I'm going to meditate and get back into my body, because that's what's happening, is all my energy is flying out and going here and going there and fucking ping-ponging. Not ping-ponging, because it's not coming back. It's just flying out. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, it's going everywhere and I can't grab it. You know what I mean? It just goes and I'm like, wait, where'd you go? Like, you know, so rather than allow that and keep having these thoughts that just like, boom, like thought about that, boom, thought about that. Like, let's not focus on these thoughts and let's not give them run of the castle, right? One of the things Michael Singer says in one of the lectures he does, and I have it up on my wall. He goes, hey mind, you, talkie, you are my mind. I'm in charge. You don't tell me what to do, I tell you what to do. That's like actually written up here. Mind, talkie. It's so funny. You, talkie. You're my mind. You don't tell me what to do, I tell you what to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go tell my mind what to do. And then I'm going to focus so that it does it. And that's what I'm going for. And I'm grateful for that. Grateful for Michael Singer. I'm grateful, you know what, in all of this neuroses and buildup of energy, you know, like these are things that are coming up that are ready to be healed, right? That's what this is. And as I get through this and as I relax and release and come to my center, it will help me with every single thing in the future where I need to be centered. I'm going to be able to recognize when I'm off center better, because I'm looking at it now. I'm like I'm seeing the signs of it. You know what I mean? Like, bam, my thoughts everywhere. Boo, all over the fucking place. And the insecurities and the like wanting to talk to a person to make it better, but knowing that would make it worse. So there's just nothing I can do about it. Like, it just, you know what? I'm going to have to let that lie. I'm going to have to let that one lie and just let it be what it is. That's an important thing to learn as well. So all in all, great learningness moment-ish. I really wish that like my fucking brain would come up with the words it needs to come up with in the moment that it needs to come up with them. I'm a writer. I have words. There's words. I know words. But when I'm speaking, I know what I want to say, but it doesn't come out of my mouth. And when I'm nervous, it's so much worse. It's so much worse. But I'm learning. I'm seeing these things. I'm making note of them in my head. and they're going to be markers for me in the future, so that when I see these things pop up in the future, I'll know what it is, and I'll know how to solve it, which is, let's meditate, let's get back into your body, because your energy's going everywhere right now, and it's frenetic. It's just like, it's like quarks and like shit just shooting all over the place. You know, like so fast and so much. It can be overwhelming. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I've talked and now I'm just speaking in circles. For more of this wonderful neurotic rant, go over to Becoming Untethered, the Facebook page. Love you guys, and grateful for all the learning opportunities and growth opportunities and opportunities to evolve spiritually and get rid of my blockages. So that's what I'm going to do. I just had a thought and a feeling that I'm not reacting to the way I was reacting to. So this is a good thing. And I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to remind you guys that you can always choose to have a grateful night.